Those look good, man.
Yeah, they're good. They're not super sturdy, but they're sturdy enough. You know, I stole them from Greg's design. He said somebody made them for him like 10 years ago, and he's been using them since then. So it's great because they fold up so nice. They'll just fit in the truck really nicely. So we're in parking lots and races and things like that. That should work pretty well. And I've had them out in pretty heavy wind, and they've held the boat just fine.
How much time and how much money you think you have in them?
I think I probably, except for painting them, because I painted them just because I had some leftover paint. I think it was only like $10, $15 in parts, and maybe an hour in time. And it'll take us less than that today because we've got the measurements and everything.
Well, I think they look cool in black.
Yeah, I think they will. That's navy. Your colorblind marine.
Oh, navy. Okay.
Yeah, it's midnight blue.
Well, like I said, they look cool in black.
Here we go. Yeah, so the bases are offset a little bit so that they come out fairly even. And again, it took like an hour. This isn't a precision project, but I kind of, so this leg is longer, this base is longer than this base, and then flipped it on this side. So because these are offset a little bit, that just makes it somewhat even. We could have done more there, makes it even.
And then I can see here that piece in the by your left hand.
Yeah, that little spacer there is just so that we have room for they can close up and go fairly flat with the pads on there.
All right, so how many pieces and what length are you doing?
So these are for the uprights, and we'll need 4 of these for 2 stands, 2 per stand, and we're just going to put these at 24 inches.
All right, so 24 inches, and we need 4 of them.
Yep.
All right, so that's that awesome tool that the mob bosses use to cut off people's fingers.
We won't talk about. All I'm saying is I'm not a plumber. So we won't talk about why I have it here.
Well, you just use it for like your yard projects, like with sprinklers and whatnot, right?
Right, that's it. And again, not being super precise on these. I mean, these are 24, but I'm not trying to make it super precise because, you know, this is, I mean, they're not mine, they're for you.
Right.
Watch.
I mean, this is more friendly than the rocks in the parking lot that I've been using for my boat stand.
Yeah.
All right, so we got 4 of these. They're 24 inches each.
Right.
Okay, so the next step is...
So we can go ahead and put the T joints on there.
What's the diameter of this PVC pipe?
This is, I think it's 1/2 inch, but it's 1/2 inch on the inside.
Okay.
So it's really about 3/4 on the outside.
But if I'm going to the store to buy it, are they going to sell it as
a 1/2 inch?
They're going to list it as a 1/2 inch. Yeah. Okay, very good.
See, 1/2 inch PVC.
Okay, thank you.
And that's the inner diameter.
Gotcha. And then when you buy the couplers, they'll also say 1/2 inch, I imagine,
correct.
On the bins.
That's correct. Yep.
Okay.
That's what it'll say. Yep.
So we need, how many of these T? We need 4 of these?
So we need 4 of these, 1 for each. 1 for each base, or 2 per stand.
Okay, so we need 2 of those per stand. Now, are we gluing these, or we're not worried about that?
I did not glue mine.
I don't think we need to glue them.
But I just pounded them together with a mallet.
Yeah, okay.
But you certainly could glue them if you wanted to.
While Rod's getting the scrap parts busted apart, check out this little section of his garage. It looks like he's got a plate, a couple different methods of holding the cameras. It's like a hand board or a hand plane for surfing, some fins to play in the shore break. Bunch of paddles from OC1. Maybe stand up. Got the old boat rack for the garage. Maybe a little sturdier, but then these, that's what we're working on now.
That sets it in there pretty good. I don't know if you got that.
Yep. So we got 4 of those. Just setting it with an mallet.
Good.
Where's it go? Yeah, you can't.
Pound them on there like that.
Yeah, you don't need glue.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we have the 4 main legs with the T-joints hammered on. What's the next step, buddy?
I think we'll go ahead. We can go ahead and cut out the bases now, the feet.
Okay, so we need, let's see, so technically you need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pieces.
That's correct.
And 4 of them are going to be one length and 4 of them are going to be another length.
That is correct. Yeah.
Okay.
And I think these were, I think I had the lengths that was 9.
All right, so we need 4 at 9 inches.
And I think these were 7.
And we need 4 at 7 inches.
Correct.
All right, so you're marking off a couple pieces at 9.
Yep.
And we need a total of 4 of those. Okay, so now we need 4 more pieces at 7 inches each.
Correct.
All right, making use of all the scraps you have.
Yeah.
All right.
Too short.
Okay, so now we've got, we're gonna put an end cap on each one.
Yep. So you need 4 per stand.
Yep.
Ought to look there. Then fast forward. Then fast forward.
Okay, so we've got 2 9-inch segments and 2 7-inch segments for each stand.
Yep.
All right, and now we're gonna put those together. And then how far down from the top of the, like, I guess we need to measure that distance to see where we're
I
gonna.
believe it was 10 inches from the top. Is what that was. Is what I did it. Yeah, it's 10 inches from the top, 14 inches from the bottom.
Okay, so 14 inches from the bottom or 10 inches from the top. That is where we're going to drill that hole for the joint.
And if you're not American and you speak metric,
Yeah.
there's calculators online. That's all I can tell you.
Dude, you know our friends in Australia and wherever else are like...
Everywhere else.
Oh, that's
But
true.
Yeah.
How?
I'm sorry. That's what my tape measure is.
Yeah.
That's how everything works here.
We really aren't arrogant. We're... So we need to make, we do have to drill here as well, this segment.
Yeah, we're gonna drill holes
So
through each upright, and we're gonna make this spacer, which I believe is 3/4 of an inch.
Okay, so you're getting ready to cut that little spacer piece, and you said it was 3/4 of an inch?
Yeah, that's 3/4 of an inch.
So you've just got a piece of scrap here that you're, all right. So you're thinking you're gonna drill the hole first, but what are you, is that where you're gonna drill?
That is not where I'm going to drill. I'm going to drill about halfway. I'm not being very precise, but about halfway.
Oh, okay. So you were marking, you're gonna drill first, and then you were marking 3/4 of an inch so you can cut it.
Correct.
Very good.
Oh, that's
Okay, so we need 2 of these.
Yep, 2 of these spacers.
3/4 inch spacers, and you went ahead and drilled the hole prior so that it's a lot easier to hold on to.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're measuring from the top approximately 10 inches
Yep.
to drill a hole through.
And the scientific reason, again, for why I'm choosing 10 inches is because geometrically speaking, that's exactly what Greg's were.
Oh,
So I'm just
okay, so
copying
we're
it.
just
So
copying
there's
Greg's
really no-
design.
yeah,
And his were working well for him.
Yes.
So we copied his design and went 10 inches from the top to cut our hole.
Yep.
Okay, so we're drilling the hole that goes in this area.
Yeah, it's going to be parallel with the T-joint, with the hole in the T-joint.
Okay, so that's an important thing to can you move your hand there for a minute, brother?
Yeah.
So if I were to lay this flat
It'd be going the wrong way.
and then drill my hole 10 inches down, that's not going to work. Yeah. So, good
Stand it
teaching moment. Stand it up on end like that. Then we're gonna measure 10 inches and drill the hole.
And the nice thing is, like, if you have a 1-inch board like this, that sits nice and level, so you're able to get that fairly straight.
Okay.
Little tip there.
All right. Okay, so as far as the hardware to hold these things together, what did you decide to go with?
These are, we're going to go with number 10, 24 threads per inch, 3 inches.
And I see they are stainless.
They are stainless, yep. We've also got washers.
Okay, and those would be the same, number 10.
Yep. We're using locking nuts.
All right, and those would be number 10 also.
1024,
yep.
stainless.
And yep, I see that locking part to it.
Yep.
Okay.
And then we've got some number 8 washers. We're using those for the cordage.
Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, with the rope. Nice. Okay, let's do that. Okay, so now we need to get the mallet and put the feet together.
Yeah.
And you said we're going to do that before we drill the hole for the rope?
Yeah, because we're going to drill the hole for the rope through the T-joint.
And the, yep.
And
that makes sense.
PVC there. So we'll just tap that in until it's solid.
Okay.
Then the other.
Yeah, so you can see one side's longer than the other. And for those of us in the back row, why are we doing that again?
Because these are, when they're put together,
yeah,
they're spread out a little bit, and that just makes the feet go even. If we don't do that, one end's gonna stick way out here. This one, the end would stick out over here for a couple inches.
Yes.
This one, the end would stick out over here for a couple inches. So
okay, good.
it just kind of evens them up.
For those of you who are not engineers like me,
or me for that matter.
Yeah. Anyway, okay, cool. Thank you for explaining that. Yeah. So when they go together, they're going to go together like that, so that when they're folded, they're even.
Yep.
Okay.
And it's not particularly necessary. I just did it because I like the symmetry of it.
Right. Okay. So now we're ready to use the hardware to put these together.
Yep.
All right.
Yep. So we've got bolt.
Yep.
Washer. And we'll thread that through. They're going that way, so we can just start on this side.
Yeah.
Then we'll put the spacer here.
Right.
No need for a washer there. And depending on how good, there we go.
Yep.
That threads through here.
And then you've got another washer.
Washer.
And a locking nut.
Yep.
Very cool. Now, is there any reason we can't go ahead and tighten that down? Or
no, we'll go ahead and tighten that down.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're just tightening this up till it's snug?
Yeah, until it has a little bit of tension on it.
That way it just doesn't flop open.
Just doesn't flop around so much.
Okay.
Yeah. And you can see here, we could have gone, instead of a 3-inch, could have gone 2 3/4. That's what I wanted, but
Okay.
couldn't find one
Yeah, well, that
in
works.
stock like that, so we went with 3.
Now we need to drill the holes for the rope.
Yep.
So it can be like that one. So you just went with a nylon piece of rope, right?
Yep, some nylon
Okay,
cordage.
perfect.
I had some of this laying around already.
It looks like you made a nail, taped a nail on the end so you could thread it through.
That's great.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, it just makes it easy. It's about
All right.
impossible to get through.
Yeah, let's see how you do that. Yeah, show us that. Okay.
Did
so
you get what I was saying when
So when we drill, we want to drill kind of one hole going one way and another hole going another? Is that what you're saying?
No, when we drill it, instead of, because I drilled them like this and went straight through. So when these are open,
Yeah.
that means the hole's like pointing down like that. So probably what would be smarter, I guess, would be to try to drill the hole like that rather than like that.
All right.
Does that make sense?
I think so.
Yeah.
So pretend like it's open.
Yeah.
Drill the hole through.
We'll drill the hole parallel to the ground when it's open.
There we go.
And
Now that's what we would need to say.
Yeah.
So all right, that helps.
Yeah.
All right, so we're about to do that now, right?
Yep.
Okay. Okay, so in our mind's eye, we are pretending like this thing is open,
Mm-hmm.
but we want to have it on top of the wood so we don't drill into your counter.
Correct.
All right.
So we're going to turn it off and then drill it because it's going to take a few hands.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
for viewers out there, it does take. This is where you need to go get a helper.
Yeah, I mean you can do it. I did all these by myself.
Yeah.
So
But
you could, but
you're trying to improve on design number one.
I did them by myself because I had them laying down like that.
Now, is it really? Can we not just do it the way you did it the first go?
We could, yeah, we could, but I think it's going to be a little. That's going to wear on that cordage.
I see. So you're trying
to just go straight.
Okay.
There.
All right. Check out Rod's toothbrush. That is gnarly. Okay, so you got your nail taped to the. Okay, so you're putting the washer on over the nail.
Mm-hmm.
And now you're going to go through this hole.
That's the plan. I might eventually get through there. Sometimes but it's much easier with the. Ouch.
About how long of the cord would you suggest? Or
That's a super duper question. I think I went 18 inches.
Okay, so we'll double check that here before we cut the cord.
Yeah.
So you just tied a knot.
Yep.
And I guess we can melt the end of that.
Yep, so that's all good.
There we go.
Don't breathe that in. And we'll hit this side. I don't know if you can really.
Okay,
It's
so
not a big deal. Not a big deal, but you can see how we're
So we were trying to get this piece
kind of parallel with the ground.
parallel with the ground and not be touching the ground.
Right.
I think that's gonna work.
Yeah, it's gonna
I
be
mean,
fine.
dude, that's good job, man. Okay, so we're gonna figure out how. So we need to measure so we can tell people the width of that or the length of that rope. Okay, so you're thinking 18 or 19 inches.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, and you can just spread that out. And you can see how these aren't quite. We'll need to adjust the angle on the feet.
Oh,
It's a little bit rocky,
I see that.
but that's easy to do. Just tapping around with the mallet, or just be more careful.
Well, the weight of your boat should level that out.
Hey,
right?
now. That's a little
Just
a
kidding.
little Vega Pro snobbery.
Lord.
So one thing you can do here, like I just set it out like that, and then just came in and tied.
Yeah.
And it doesn't take a fancy knot, but one thing that I do want to do, I don't know if we showed it, but I am going to put a washer
Oh yeah.
on here.
Okay, so that's the length of the rope is approximately
19 inches.
19 inches. Okay.
If you don't want to tape,
All right, so you're adding a washer.
yeah,
Now you wouldn't have to add a washer.
you don't have to. It's just going to be a little bit easier. Going to keep that knot from pulling through.
That's true.
Much easier.
Okay, so you're pulling that tight.
Yeah. I think what I did, I kind of saw where I wanted it.
Yeah.
And you could eyeball it, or if you want to be more precise, you can kind of make a mark, and I know I kind of want it like right there. And then I can move my knot down and
Okay.
kind of tighten it down right there.
That's above and beyond there. I like that.
It certainly doesn't have to be. I didn't do that with mine. I'm just trying to.
Yeah, you're trying to make each one a little bit better, huh?
Yeah. Trying to give you a little extra service. That way I'll charge you a little bit extra.
Okay.
You're getting the deluxe model.
Yes.
You're getting the pro model.
Okay, so you just cinch the end of that,
Yeah.
melted that down. Now you were saying, you know how they were kind of wobbly on the floor over here?
Mm-hmm.
Show us how we correct that. Yeah, so it's a little bit wobbly.
So we'll just kind of twist. We'll play with twisting these around until it's more correct. You may not, you know, one thing you could do is maybe not beat it down as firmly.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
So, okay, so let's try that again. Did that fix it?
I don't know if we want to film that
Well, maybe.
yet because it didn't work at all. So I'm just saying
Oh.
maybe we want to look like we know what we're doing.
So we smacked the heck out of it with the mallet, and now we can't hardly adjust it to take out the wobble.
I mean, we can. We'll smack the heck out of it with the mallet again.
Okay.
We can. You see, they're not quite exactly parallel. But again, these are yours, so I don't really care.
So a little wobble's okay.
Yeah, yeah.
But
once you put the boat on there,
yeah, honestly, when you put the boat on there, we're good.
and these aren't meant to be heavy duty stands.
No.
These are meant to be like when we're coming into the gravel parking lot. We've got a place to put them. We're at the race.
Whereas something like this works great in the garage.
Correct.
But you can't fold it up to put it in your car
Yeah.
when you're traveling or doing a downwinder. Okay, nice.